Hi, welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host Glenn, and today we're going to be covering the 10, count them, 10 things that amputees should do before or take with them when they go hiking. Stay tuned. All right, so the first thing that as an amputee that you should do before you consider going hiking is right here, number one, check with your prosthetist, check with your doctor, all right? Make sure that you've got the physical ability to walk a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, all right? Check with your prosthetist. Make sure that your prosthetic is ready to go into the great outdoors, okay? Make sure that it's the right kind of foot, it's the right kind of ankle, it's the right kind of socket, everything. Check with your prosthetist. Make sure that you have got the right leg to go hiking. All right? So that's number one. Check with your doctor. Check with your prosthetist. All right. Number two, build up to it. Don't just buy some equipment, take all this advice, head out there and hit the trails. Build up to it. If it's been a while since you've been hiking, say you used to go hiking years ago, say before you lost your leg, or you used to go hiking years ago when you were younger, and it's like, oh, I can go hiking, no big deal. I'm going to just buy the equipment, off I go. No. Build up to it, okay? Take your time, do a mile walk. Judge your condition, judge how well you did, judge your prosthetic, your physical well-being after you've done that. Go up to a 2 mile, up to a 3 mile. Increase the slope that you're going, okay? Take your time building up to it, all right? I know one of the first things I did when I got back hiking again is like, okay, I'm just gonna strap my pack on and off I go. And I really overdid it, and I ended up causing some damage to my stump, and I was not in as good shape as I thought I was. And yeah, I regretted it, all right? So take your time, build up to it, do a couple of 1 miles, 2 miles, 3 miles, and like I said, slowly increase the slope if you can, and give your body the chance to develop the stamina and strength, and also give you the opportunity to find out what works for you with your prosthetic, what works for you with your footwear and your gear, okay? All right, number three, boots, specifically ankle support. You want to have ankle support, and I'm assuming you're a one amputee, single amputee, not a bilateral. You've got that one ankle, all right? That ankle is going to be taking a lot of beating, a lot of pressure, a lot of demand, okay? You're going to be on uneven ground. You don't want to get a twisted ankle. You want to take care of that ankle, support it, and help it. Now, you can do what I do, hiking boots made from military combat boots, which you can get pretty affordable at most surplus stores. They're heavy, but I like them because of that ankle support, and they're really rugged on rough terrain. You can also get some good boots like these, professional hiking boots. I strongly recommend them as well because of the ankle support. You don't want that mid layer, that lower ankle support. You don't want the mid layer or the mid level. You want the full support, okay? You can also get those kind of like pseudo-military tactical hiking boots, these are very light, but again, ankle support, okay? You want to make sure that that ankle support is done up nice and snug, nice and tight, and that you've got a good surround around like one single ankle. That plus your hiking poles are going to help you stay stable on those trails. Number four, hiking poles. Whether you're using the kind that extend and condensed down into little short ones like this, or you're using what I prefer, the repurposed ski poles. Thrift stores, $6, $10 for a pair. Very affordable, very effective. Hiking poles are necessary for us for obvious reasons. We need the stability. We need that control. We need to be able to make sure we're not going to slip and slide on muddy trails, rocky trails, uneven trails, things like that, okay? Where it really comes in handy is when you're going downhill, these poles will keep you from going too fast. The problem that we've got with a prosthetic leg is when it hits a level ground, it stays nice and level. When it goes up, you push onto your toe more. But when you go downhill, that heel hits and then the toe slams down. And it pushes you downhill faster than you necessarily want to. In fact, most cases for my prosthetic, it pushes me downhill much, much faster than I would like to. That's okay. I've got my hiking poles. I'm going to use these to brake myself and stabilize myself as I go downhill. I'm going to be using these to control my speed as I go downhill. So whether you get like the aluminum ones like this one is, carbon fiber like this one, or these ones like this, they'll work for you very, very well. One thing I want to point out, however, though, is these kind that slide out like this and then they clamp down or they twist or they lock into place somehow. I found with a couple of these, the problem is when I'm going downhill, I'm exerting so much pressure, I'm pounding them so hard that this joint part here will sometimes crack or fracture or even break. I've had one break on me. And that was really scary because I'm slamming it down and what was that noise? Right? So keep that in mind. You may not go as hard downhill as perhaps I might or others, but it's something to keep in mind. These secondhand ski poles, they've never let me down yet, and they're cheaper. Keep that in mind. Number 5, the 10 essentials. Got mine in a bag like this. I've got another video on the 10 essentials, and actually works out to be several more than 10 essentials. Because what I found over time is that something that's essential for me that I want to have when I go hiking goes into this bag. Now, they are the normal 10 essentials: your compass, your fire starter, your emergency blanket, things like that, whistle, like I've got on the end here. You want to have those, but you'll want to also include a couple of other things that you have found are really a good thing for you to have when you go hiking or camping, okay? And put that into a bag that you can just carry with you every single time you go hiking. You just toss everything into this bag that you're going to need, that you consider essential for when you go hiking. And that includes a first aid kit. First aid kit, which your first aid kit does, of course, include some kind of tape for blisters. Now, you can't prevent blisters, but eventually they still happen. So make sure that's in your 10 essentials bag as well. And you get this bag, you just toss it into your backpack every time you go hiking or camping, and you don't worry about it because you know you've got your 10 essentials with you. 10 essentials, make sure you have them. You see, what are we up to now? 5, 6. 6. Extra socks for your stump. Okay? Always have a couple of these extra, whether it's the full thick white ones, 3-ply, 5-ply, or even sometimes I'll bring a thinner like dress sock or one of those compression socks, and I'll put that over as well. Just be able to give myself just a little bit of padding, sometimes a little bit more padding, just a little bit of padding. You never know how much your stump is really going to shrink or change size when you're going up and down a hill. So bring along a variety of socks to put over your stump, okay? 3-ply, 1-ply, 5-ply. Have them put in a Ziploc bag, have them into your 10 essentials or in your backpack or in your pocket, what have you. Bring them along. Every once in a while you'll find that you'll need to use them, okay? So that was number 6, extra socks for your stump. Number 7, yep, number 7, preventing blisters on your biological foot. You got to take care of that as well, okay? So that's what this is for. So what I have for you here is thin over skin, thick over thin, okay? I learned this when I was in boot camp years and years ago. The idea is that what you want is 2 layers between you and the boot. The boot is going to be rubbing back and forth. It's going to make that sock rub. If it's right on your skin, it's going to rub that skin. It's going to cause a blister. But if you have something like this compression sock here, or a dress sock, or one of those professional kind of hiking thin socks that you can get, put those on first. Put them on, and then get yourself a hiking sock like this, or a merino wool sock. I like merino wool. And put that on over it. And what that'll do, as the material is rubbing, it'll rub against the thin sock more than your skin. Now, this will not 100% prevent blisters. Blisters can still happen. But it will greatly reduce the incident of getting blisters, okay? One thing to not wear when you go hiking, cotton athletic socks. Do not wear cotton athletic socks. They will cause blisters very, very quickly. Don't do that. Number, let me see, 8? Yeah, number 8. Plan and notify, okay? Figure out where you're going, how long you're going to be gone, what the terrain is like, if you can find out from online hiking forums or websites, and figure out what kind of elevation you're going to be dealing with, any streams or rivers you've got to cross, what time of the year is it, what kind of equipment you're going to need, things like that, and notify somebody. Either go with someone and let your friends know that, hey, me and so-and-so and so-and-so, we're going out hiking this weekend, we're going to be about such and such a trail, and we expect to be back by like 5 o'clock, back at the trailhead, and home by 6, right? Let people know where you're going, how long you expect to be gone, and who you're going to be with. Because if something were to happen, right, those are the people who are going to say, you know, he said he was going to be home by 7. Or, you know, did you hear from so-and-so? I don't think I heard from her. She didn't call me last night. We should check, right? Those are the people who are going to notify the authorities and have someone out there to help you, okay? Make good planning so such an eventuality has a small likelihood of happening, but if something were to happen, notify people so they can notify the authorities, rangers, police, what have you, to come out and look for you. Maybe you just got lost and you're going to be embarrassed, but hey, that's better than some of the alternatives, right? Number, let me see, what are we up to? 9. You need some way to keep dirt from out of your socket, okay? What I often use is, or have used until recently, is something like this from Fred's Legs. I'll put the link down below that you can go to them. They make these sleeves that go over your socket and over your leg. Keeps the dirt, debris, twigs, what have you, from getting inside your socket. You can also use, done this a couple of times, a compression sock that you can get, and I've just cut off one end, you know, the toe end, and put that over the socket and put that over my leg. There's also this technique where what I've done, I've sewn onto this, or zipped onto this, you know, the pant leg part. And what I've done, I've sewn a little run through here, and I got to re-sew this because I kind of tore it when I was out hiking. Basically shock cord or rubber band kind of thing, and then a cord lock to hold it in place. And what this does then is covers the top end and prevents dirt from getting inside the socket in there. Okay. So you may be asking, of course, though, well, why not just wear trousers? Why not just wear pants? That would be easier, right? Well, it is for that. But when I need to change or put on another sock onto my stump to pad it out a little bit further, rolling the pants up far enough to be able to do that is kind of a hassle. And I have found that if you just drop your pants while hiking, some people look askance at that. It's not socially acceptable to drop your pants along the trail and adjust your prosthetic and stuff. And finding some place way out in the woods to go and do that, the ground's uneven and you're kind of about to fall over. It's just a lot easier when you're walking along the trail and you're wearing shorts to just stop, take the leg off just temporarily, kind of bounce for a little bit, slip on that sleeve, put the leg back in, boom, off you go, you're going again. It's just a lot more convenient just to wear shorts, and with the adaptation that I showed you just then, it makes it very quick to just roll that little short piece of cloth up, put on the sock, and get going again. All right, number 10, and the last one is wipes. That's what you're looking for, something like that. Baby wipes work well too, okay? But wipes. Now, many amputees are probably saying, oh yeah, I use those during the summertime a lot. Hiking, same thing. What you'll often find is when you're out hiking, your stump is going to get sweaty, especially in the summer, and it's really unpleasant. So bring along some wipes. You'll get to the point where, okay, gonna stop, break for lunch. Take your prosthetic off, roll that sleeve down, or whatever device you've got for holding on your leg. Wipe them down. Wipe it down, wipe down the liner, wipe down your stump, let it air dry for a bit, and then put everything back on. You will be feeling much better after doing that, okay? If you're out hiking for a good long time and you're starting to sweat, and you're going to have problems. You're going to have that kind of breakdown of the skin, and there's also the smell, which isn't pleasant. But you don't want that sweat building up for so long because it can actually damage the skin. So you're going to use some wipes once in a while, maybe once or twice on a long hike, and keep that stump clean and fresh, okay? So number 10, wipes. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time watching Amputee Outdoors. And if you've got questions, suggestions, comments, make sure you put them down there. I've got the 10 different things that I've talked about today listed here. I'll also put them down below. And as always, my friends, I hope to see you out on the trail, enjoying nature, enjoying the backpacking experience, enjoying the beauty of nature, because you are well prepared. See you out there.